I thought I'd bring a very, very recent watch, The Holdovers. I don't know if anybody else has watched that.
Yes.
Oh, nice. All right.
Oh, John. Okay.
The movie.
Yeah, the movie, The Holdovers. Available on Peacock right now. Possibly still in theaters. I think it said still in theaters. That was fantastic. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
That's the buzz, yeah.
It is from 2023, just last December, but it feels like it was made in 1970 when it's set, the era that it's set in.
Oh, like super authentic?
Visually, like set in the right style and the same flavor as films, because I've watched a lot of movies from that era, and they're not like putting you in the moment with the actors, where there's all this like light, frantic camera movement. It was very static. You could actually just pay attention to the story and the characters and let it build and actually like tell you the story that they're trying to tell you. Paul Giamatti's character is great. One of the bits is he's kind of got a wandering, like a lazy eye, not a wandering eye, like he's looking around at ladies. No, like an eye that's just off. And so it's a little challenging to
literally
like stay on it the whole time. But it kept me engaged in the movie because that's I think it was just a contact that's like slightly askew, so it always looks off. But it was really good. It was really an enjoyable performance. As far as like the soundtrack, it never really felt like it pulled anything too current, and the actual score it can be jarring sometimes when I catch a synthesized score that's supposed to be a full orchestra, and you're like, that is a keyboard, and those are not real horns. Nice try, though. This was like a guitar and a piano. All the score was real. You could tell it was like in the same era of that style of filmmaking where, yeah, this is a small story. It's set at a college campus basically the entire time during a break. So there's no need for like a big orchestration and a big movement and feeling. You got that a lot from the actual performances and acting.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. It's kind of interesting because it's partially coming of age of this high school student, but then as far as Paul Giamatti, it's really kind of like a slice of life for him. There's not as much conflict as you would expect, and some of the blow-ups don't blow up as much as you think they're going to, but it's really an amazing, like, wow, if these characters were all together on the holdover for Christmas, it feels like this is what would happen. Yeah, in addition, the co-star, Divine Joy Randolph, is fantastic.
Oh my God, I love her.
She's already won a Golden Globe for that role.
I did hear an interview or something. She is the cook of the school and frequently underappreciated, but then when, the three people barely are there together, it's like, well, now you're all of a sudden getting to know her a lot better. Apparently she said, well, if I'm going to be the cook and you want me to be in the kitchen, you're going to film things in there, I'm going to be cooking things I know how to cook. It's all going to be real. It was
amazing.
I mean,
wow.
I don't, I found that out after, and I wouldn't have really been able to tell watching it for the first time, but I'm sure when she's in there, it looks real, so it's because it is real.
She's so awesome. She was in one of my very favorite shows, People of Earth. I love her, love her, love her. She was also in that movie recently with Daniel Radcliffe, The Lost City.
Oh, with Sandra Bullock.
Yes, with Sandra Bullock. Oh, she's so great. She's the agent or whatever, yeah. Oh,
Who's
she's so
going
great.
to save the day.
I'm getting on this plane.
I love her. I love her.
She was also in The Idol, and she has a fantastic story arc in that. She's great. She's a scene stealer, in my opinion.
Good
it's
for her.
supporting, but doesn't feel like supporting because she takes up the screen.
Something I also didn't know until we just looked this up. Apparently, this New England movie is also a bit of a Wahlburger because there's a Wahlberg in there that I didn't realize.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, he plays a character that's, set up a small moment of conflict, so he doesn't seem that nice. Robert Wahlberg's son, Oscar.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Like in Danny Wahlberg?
Okay, so not Danny, Robert Wahlberg, another Wahlberg.
How many Wahlbergs are there? Are there a lot? What's going on?
So, like, he's related to Mark Wahlberg?
Yes, that would be his uncle, yes.
I mean, this took place in Boston, right, though?
Well, no, it's kind of an undetermined New England situation.
All right.
They go into Boston.
Yes.
That's when the city thinks. So they're obviously outside of Boston. Whether they're in Massachusetts is slightly unclear.
They're driving distance.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Alexander Payne has a long history going back 20 years to one of the great independent films, Sideways, with Paul Giamatti, which really, I think the first time because he was a character actor in New York doing theater, one of the first times that on a big scale Paul Giamatti got noticed was the Howard Stern film. WNBC. But then the star turning role of a leading man, Sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, I just recently was somewhere where people was quoting it from, because I was on a wine weekend, so it was like, Merlot, like, just
I'm not going to drink any Merlot.
Just all of it's so great. And then, you're looking at Spit Bucket, you're like, how did he? But so they obviously have a long history with each other. And I love that Paul Giamatti's gained so much recognition for this role.
Yeah.
The nomination probably will come for the Oscar. He's up against steady competition this year, so who knows? But he did win a Golden Globe for his performance as well. So
Nice.
It's on my list.
Yes, mine as well.
There you go.
All right.